Coach Geoff Collins. Coach, if you could open us up with some remarks before we take questions.
Excuse me. Another one-score game, 3-point game. Guys battled, they fought all the way until the end. So it hurts. Really close, but we still got to find a way to get over the hump and not only be in one-score games, but win one-score games and keep it going forward. But played hard, competed all the way through. Proud of the effort. Questions?
Questions? Kelly?
Obviously 1-6 now in these one-score games in the fourth quarter. I guess kind of, can you put your finger on where maybe there's a disconnect in execution and or you guys can't get over that hump? Is there anything in particular that stands out in your mind when you look
go back and evaluate everything and find the key plays that kept us from winning. But there were enough plays that gave us a chance to win. I think, Kelly, we want to harp on the things that go wrong, and I appreciate that. But there's a lot of things that the guys did right to give us a chance to win. That's a good football team we just played, and we were in it all the way until the end. Had some chances, had some unfortunate things called back again, and so we'll evaluate those things and we'll find out how to get better and still worry about controlling what we can control. Things we can't control, things that are out of our hand, can't do anything about those, and keep it moving.
Okay.
What was your thoughts about just how the secondary played?
Say it again, Ken.
The secondary seemed like they made some nice plays, but also got caught. And
Yep.
overall, what did you think of that?
Yeah, so there was one. I thought there's been some times where some explosives have come with some busted coverages or some new things that were affecting us. But today there was only one. We played, I won't tell you the term that we use, we played incorrectly, gave up an explosive play. You can't do that, against a receiver as good as Rambo. But the rest of the game, I thought they were executing. For the most part, there were two crack replace deals that hurt us. They're digging out the safety, and then they would crack and go and things like that. So, and we just got the biggest theme going into this week is big time players make big time plays, and we've got some really good players and made their share of plays today, and got to find ways to not give up plays as well.
Coach.
Offense really just kind of seemed to struggle in the fourth quarter. Can you talk a little bit about what Miami might have done differently, or what you guys weren't doing?
Well, there were some big plays that were called back, big explosive plays that were called back. So we'll go through and look at some of the reasons why and get those addressed. But there were some things that we were doing really well that hurt. Want to give hats off to to Weston Franklin. Mikey went down. When did Mikey go down? So Mikey was down. He was down in the second quarter, then was down for the rest of the game in the third quarter. And true freshman Weston Franklin came in and battled admirably in his first significant snaps. We had Kenny Cooper go down, Jordan Williams went down, and but the guys that were stepping up and fighting and battling for us, proud of their efforts with that. Henry Freer had to step in for Cade Long. So we had some key spots, and especially the guys that are getting the ball to the punter and to the quarterback was some of their first significant action, and proud of what they did to go in there and battle unexpectedly.
Kelly.
I imagine the frustration level has to be pretty peaked from both yourself, the team, and the coaches, like just being so close and not being able to get over the hump. How do you, I guess, approach dealing with that, manage that, and even internally for yourself, manage that?
Yep. So the biggest thing, Kelly, and I'm sure you noticed this about me, I've got a tremendous amount of confidence in myself, a tremendous amount of confidence in the abilities, and it's based on demonstrated ability. Our last year at Temple as the head coach, we were winning those on the regular, found a way to get past not only winning those close games, but then turning those close games and creating margin to create blowouts. We're right there. We have developed this program through culture and recruiting and development and all of those things to put us in a position to be in these games. And now the next learning curve is to get us past where now we're on the other side, and then we create even more margin where it's big wins, not close wins or close losses. But we're really, really close, and it's a play or two here and it's a play or two there. It's some things that are outside of our control that we just got to make sure we're creating margin so the things that aren't in our control don't affect us in such big ways. They did today, they did last week, and we'll continue to battle, we'll continue to fight, we'll continue to build, we'll continue to grow. But I just told the guys in there, the way they're preparing to be in these games, the way they're playing and fighting to be in these games is the right way to be. And it's the right way to prepare, and it's the right way to fight, and it's the right way to battle, and it's the right attention to detail, all of those things. But then, when we get a chance, we have to make plays that create margin. But that group, I love them. I would not trade that group for anybody else. I love coaching them. I love coming to work every single day with them. And there's a lot of people out there should be very, very proud of who they are as young men, as individuals, as a team that is trying to fight through and get us to the next step, and we're right there.
Time for a couple more, Ken.
Knighton, number 4, had 162 rushing yards. I think what were the challenges in?
He's a good player. He's a good player. They were doing some good things with him. He popped free a couple of times. There was, I'm assuming we're not going to ask about the 2 huge 4th down stops. We had 2 huge 4th down stops. We had a red zone stop that was huge. We had some sudden change opportunities that were huge. We don't seem to want to talk about those things, but he's a really good player. Charleston Rambo's a really good player, and we just have to put ourselves in position to not let them affect us like they did. But they're good players, and they did a nice job today.
Kelly, last one.
Can you talk about the takeaways? You had 3 plus the pick 2 by Wanye, which
Yep.
is a 4th that doesn't go in the stats, but it seemed like that was the great equalizer, or in the first half of the game, especially for you
Yep.
guys.
And it always is. Creating turnovers is always the equalizer. That's why we preach it so hard. That's why we talk about it so much. That's why we practice it so much. And there's certain days that it happens more than others, and today was one of those days. And obviously when we get those, you got to capitalize on them. I don't know that we did that every single time, but when you get those kind of turnovers, we have to maximize the effect on them, of them. But that was 2 good teams battling today. A lot of really good players battling today on both sides, and we just came up a little short. And we'll find a way to get back like we've always done, and find a way to turn the corner and create margin for ourselves so that we can do that.
Thanks, Coach.